Hello and hearty greetings. July 4th, 2019, a day before India's budget. July 5th is the day when the Honorable Finance Minister will be presenting the budget. And today, the economic survey was presented to Parliament, tabled in Parliament. The economic survey was prepared by the Chief Economic Advisor, G. Ramachandran from Kriya Sakti. This gives Kriya Sakti an opportunity to explain what we do, what our objectives are. First and foremost, Kriya Sakti is a doers group comprising engineers, economists, and sociologists. As engineers and economists, we are primarily business people, allocating human capital, allocating financial capital, enabling businesses to grow their revenues, enabling government to fulfill its objectives. Kriya Sakti was born as India grew in 1991, long before think tanks became very fashionable in India, long before the digital economy became reality here, and long before we had social media. India Grow was born at a time when India was coping with the pressures of the Gulf War, a broken down government, and a broken down fiscal situation. Kriya Sakti has been founded with the simple objective of enabling the Indian economy to grow. And we don't think the Indian economy can grow because we set targets like $5 trillion. The constituents of the Indian economy need to grow if the Indian economy needs to grow. This is pretty much like cricket. If India needs to score 300 runs and above, you need individual batsmen to score runs. If India needs to take wickets of the opponents, individual bowlers need to take wickets. So the sum of the parts equals the whole. India has now a mission of growing into a $5 trillion economy, and I think Kriya Sakti has the blueprint to enable this to happen. We don't think in terms of macroeconomics. We don't think in terms of exports, currency prices, interest rates, and top down or trickle down. Instead, we think trickle up, bottom up. The sum of the parts would make up the whole. If India needs to grow into a $5 trillion economy, the individual components of the Indian economy need to grow. Every component needs to grow. And Kriya Sakti's only mission is to enable the components of the Indian economy to grow. For the Indian economy to be a $5 trillion economy, the individual components would have to grow. The households in each of the districts should see prosperity as an achievable goal. We would become a $5 trillion economy if the sum of the parts would start having value addition equal to $5 trillion. So GDP is all about value addition, and value addition happens at the micro level. We have seen 5 levels of collaboration that we need to be focusing on. One, with the primary sector, the unorganized primary sector. The second is the corporate sector. The third is the financial sector. The fourth is the government sector. And the fifth is the education sector. We think India's education sector holds the key to rapid improvement in terms of aspirations and the capability to add value. For the Indian economy to become a $5 trillion economy, the value addition at the bottom of the pyramid and the levels above, step after step, should aggregate to $5 trillion. And this would happen in the smallest of households, and then it moves up. It's trickle up. $5 trillion of trickle up before we count the beans. And that's very important. So Kriya Sakti is actually focused on the microeconomy of India. We are engineers, we are microeconomists. We focus on the components of the Indian economy. So value addition occurs inside the pyramid, and the top of the pyramid now reaches $5 trillion. So we are focused on the insides of the pyramid. And what do we have on the insides of the pyramid? The primary sector, primarily unorganized sector. Then the corporate sector, the financial sector, the government sector, and then the education sector. Kriya Sakti is determined to work with the 5 levels of forces of this gigantic Indian economy so that India would become a $5 trillion economy.